Club. Okay. Area B1, District 92. I am Toastmaster Chaithra Lakshminarayan, your Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. As a Sergeant at Arms, it's my duty to highlight some key points for the meeting. The meeting is blocked for 2 hours, also urging you to stay for the entire duration to get the maximum benefits of it. Your video should be on and the audio should be off, and unmute yourself when you are called to speak or need to speak. Regarding the topics of sex, religion, and politics, even though Toastmasters International does not put any restriction on speaking on these topics, at the Gabbys Toastmaster Club, we request all speakers and role takers to be mindful and responsible and abstain from expressing any controversial views on these sensitive topics. Our club mission, we provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self confidence and personal growth. Before I hand over the stage to the presiding officer for today, our very own DTM Sourav Dutta, I'd like to introduce him to all of you. DTM Sourav Dutta is a two-time distinguished Toastmaster who has completed all 11 Toastmasters pathways. With over 20 years of leadership experience at HP, Target, and JC Penney, he is seasoned expert in analytics, strategy, and marketing. Now a social entrepreneur, he co-founded Practive in 2010 to support students, MSMEs, non-profits, and women entrepreneurs. A, a proud father and a lifelong learner, Sourav is passionate about empowering others through learning and leadership. I'd like to now hand over the stage to our very own DTM Sourav Dutta, presiding officer for today. Over to you, DTM Sourav Dutta.
Thank you so much.
1 second. They can't hear you. The other mic is.
We need the other mic. I'm audible, right? Hello. Yeah. Better? Okay. Even without this also it's fine. Yeah. Okay, so then I'll go without it. Thank you so much for letting me not use the mic. I love the head mic. I don't like the hand mic because it kind of restricts our hands. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone online. Just quickly check if your unmute button is working.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Come on.
Good morning.
Good
Good morning.
Okay, one more time. The rest of you who did not check your unmute button, can we do that one more time? Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Lovely. All the unmute buttons are working. All of you are in the meeting in theory and also practically there, which is good. And we are now going to get started with the meeting of this meeting of the Gabbys. I think this is the meeting number 70, right? If I'm not wrong, Nancy.
270.
Yeah, this is meeting number 270 of the Gabbys Toastmasters Club. 270, which means that we have covered more than 5 years now. That's a big thing, right? Yeah. When we started off in 2020, one of the assumptions that was made about us is that we'll probably not last the next renewal cycle. So I got a message from an area director saying that when we got 20 members and we renewed and we became a distinguished club. So I got a message saying that it's good to be a distinguished club for the first time. Don't be a one-term wonder. So he's not there with us anymore. I mean, he's alive, but he's not in Toastmasters anymore. To see us growing for the last 5 years. But yeah, here we are, 270 meetings. And we are very quickly heading towards the 300th meeting. The 275th meeting is coming up, which would be in less than 1 month's time. In less than 1 month's time, one more thing will also happen, that we will the Gabbys will yet again go into the division contest and hopefully to the district contest as well. And hopefully this time beyond the district as well. As we all know that India still does not have a world champion of public speaking. And I strongly believe if there's any club in this world, in this country, who can change that in the near future, Gabbys is definitely one of those clubs, right? So I think it's very important that we kind of stake our claims there and take it forward. And we have got two contestants. One of them is Toastmaster Gauri Agarwal. People who don't know, Gauri actually travels all the way from Delhi to contest in person. So in terms of money, in terms of time, and she does that, and that actually shows how dedicated the Gabbys members are. Talking about dedication, one other assumption that we make is that if we are in Toastmaster and it's, we are busy, we are not able to give sufficient time and we have to leave Toastmaster, we can never come back. And this assumption has been proven true for a lot of people across Toastmasters fraternity. And that's how our membership count has been steadily decreasing. Right? When I joined, it was 350,000. I think now we are somewhere around 260,000. So we have successfully lost 1 lakh members across the world. But Gabbys is a place where we don't follow that. People who go, they come back. And they love to come back because they feel they're missing something. And one such member, I have the pleasure of welcoming back to the Gabbys family, is Toastmaster Amit Gupta. Amit is right now not there in this meeting. Amit has been a member of the Gabbys Toastmasters Club before. He has been a club officer of the Gabbys Toastmasters Club. Amit and I have actually worked together in JCPenney for a very long time. So I know him even before the Gabbys and Toastmasters. A very good guy and very energetic and very dedicated about things that he does. So welcome back, Amit, to the Gabbys Toastmasters Club. And with this, I'm going to now change track a little bit from the formal announcements to something that we all love, but we find it all very difficult to do, which is cracking jokes. So I have someone in the meeting today who's going to, after a very long time, we are actually having a joke master. I think, somewhere between comfort and courage, we were choosing comfort, but we are now back to being courageous. And this time, the person who's bitten the bullet is Toastmaster Suchita Nagar. So I will not go into a very formal introduction of Suchita. That would probably not suit the joke master. I'll just say this. Suchita is a brave soul because she's a joke master today. But apart from that, she's also a resilient soul because she is also one of the returning members to the Gabbys. So she's also someone who thought that I can live without the Gabbys. Then we proved her wrong. And so she's back to our folds. And thank you, Suchita, for coming back. And thank you for taking up the joke master role today. Over to you.
Thank you, DTM Sourav Dutta. Good morning, fellow Toastmaster and dear guest. Today's theme is Beyond Assumption. And I realized something. Most of the embracing movement in my life didn't happen because I didn't know something. It happens because I assume I knew everything. In corporate life, we don't just work. We attend meeting about work, think about work, and something even dream about work, especially when the deadlines are chasing us. I attended 1 hour meeting yesterday, which was scheduled to decide the agenda for the next meeting. By end of it, we concluded, let's take this offline. At this point, I feel my entire career is just offline. I asked my manager, what does it take to get promotion? He said, you need leadership, ownership, and visibility. So now I lead meeting no one understands. I own problem I didn't create it. And I stay visible by turning my camera on. In corporate life, we don't solve problems. We track them, discuss them, and circle back. And if nothing works, we schedule another meeting. In performance review, feedback is always balanced. They say, You are doing great work. Keep it up. Very valuable team member. And then comes the rating time meets expectation, which means you always hard work hard enough to not get fired, but not enough to get paid more. With this, I would like to hand over the stage back to the uh, DTM Sourav Dutta. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you so much. I love this love-hate relationship that we have with the corporate world. I've seen, there are two kind of jokes which always gets laughter. One is on the corporate world, right? Each one of us, I always say it's like a toilet. Everyone's inside is waiting to get outside. Everyone's outside is waiting to get inside. Right? So that's how it happens. And so that's the corporate world, is what I was saying. Can anyone tell me what is the other one? Marriage, right? Again, the same, like a toilet. Everyone who's not married is dying to get married. Everyone who's married, they're like, shit, wow, why did I do this? See, men in the room, they're also laughing, but they're laughing with cameras off, and they're also just like, okay, can I laugh on this joke? Yeah, so good, Basavaraja, it's okay. You can laugh on this. With this, we are going to now hand over the stage to someone who's going to take this meeting forward. Is a Toastmaster of the day for today. A Toastmaster of the day for today is Toastmaster Ankur Vishwakarma. Toastmaster Ankur, again, I don't do formal introduction, so I'll skip the formal introduction. What I know about Ankur is that he's a very enthusiastic chap. He is always full of ideas. He always comes with new things, and that also reflects in the kind of work he does. What I know about him is that he has left a stable job and started his own venture in entrepreneur venture, and he's a part of a stealth startup where we are putting a lot of stealth products and fighting the and I'm hoping to see something of that coming in his role as the Toastmaster of the day today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster DTM Sourav. Why I was watching the video that I shared with you all last evening, there is a first comment that read, in the last 3 years since I saw this video, whenever in the meetings in my office, people are not accepting my point, I just say that, let's think it from first principles. And everybody pauses and listens to me. That way I have gotten multiple promotions in last 3 years. So, how can I get a quick raise of hands? How many of you were able to watch the clip I sent yesterday? No worries. Yes. It's totally fine if you are not able to watch it, because it's going to be much more fun as we go over this story. Let's think a little. Why do we solve the problems the way we do? What if I told you that most of our thinking is borrowed thinking? Don't believe me? Well, the cognitive science says that. There are much more better ways to think or to approach problems. For example, analytical thinking, computational thinking, lateral thinking, and design thinking. But our mind chooses the easiest of them. Analogical thinking. Where what we do is, we think, when we are given a problem, we think of problems we have solved before and try to copy the solutions. For example, for those who didn't watch the video yesterday, Elon Musk was saying, why was it so tough to build electric cars or to sell electric cars before? It's because there was an assumption that electric cars are pretty costly because batteries are expensive. That was an assumption that had been carried out very long. And the Tesla and Elon Musk team thought they didn't take the assumptions without questioning them. And that's why we know where Tesla stands today. Let's take a much more relatable problem. What do we say when a student is struggling in studies? Study more, work harder, given more time. Apologies for bringing the report card trauma, but this problem is painfully personal. My parents were just asking me for more time in studies. Jokes apart, what's the real problem? What is learning actually? Learning is understanding and recalling is when it's needed. And understanding can not work very well when maybe the student is not attentive, or maybe the way the topic is being taught is not the best way. Why the child couldn't be attentive? There are multiple layers we can keep going down into this problem. Why our child is struggling with studies, isn't it? But we don't question the assumptions, and that's a very simple definition of first principles. Break down the problem into most fundamental truths and build from scratch. There is a very simple framework to remember this. Whenever you are approaching the problem next time, we'll try to take an example today. But before that, let me share with you the framework. First is break down the problem. Understand what the problem is. Second, question your assumptions. Think what is actually a fact and what have we been believing for long without questioning it. And third, building or rebuilding the solutions from scratch. Let's start with a very real problem. Soon summers are coming in Bangalore, and we know there would be a water shortage problem, right? Let's try to solve it. But this time, let's give it a little more thought. Let's try to break down the problem and see, is water shortage a really problem, or there are some hidden factors behind it? I would like you all to think a little in this direction, question your assumptions, keep the problem with you. The questions could be something as easy as, what do we mean by water shortage? And I would come back to you after the next roles introduction. Now I am going to introduce a team of observers and thinkers who will help us evaluate this whole meeting. Leading the team today is distinguished Toastmaster Nancy Goel, who is the general evaluator for today's meeting. DTM Nancy is a director and partner at Practive Consulting and Training LLP. She has more than 10 years of entrepreneurial experience and a strong expertise in business intelligence and data analytics. Nancy is the charter president of the Gabbys and currently serving as the VP Education of the Gabbys. Over to you, DTM Nancy.
Thank you. No claps? Oh my God. Everybody was sleeping. Well, that's me observing the first factor in this meeting today. Well, apart from this, I will be observing many more things as I've been introduced as an observer and thinker of the meeting. I am not the only observer and thinker of this meeting. I've got a team of people who's going to help me in making note of many more things which are relevant for each one of us to grow as a speaker. Now, to talk about my team, I've got TEL team. TEL team means timer, language evaluator, and listener. For keeping a note of the time, I've got Toastmaster Chaithra. Toastmaster Chaithra is the sergeant at arms of the meeting, as well as she's the sergeant at arms of the club. She's a compliance lawyer who loves bird watching. Please put your hands together for our Toastmaster Chaithra, the timer for today.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator DTM Nancy, and a very good afternoon again to everybody. And thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day. In the spirit of today's theme, I would be introducing the time As the timer, I would be the guardian of that resource, ensuring we respect our schedule and keep the momentum going. I'll be using 3 signals to guide our speakers for today. As my bad, sorry about that. As my background indicates, I will be displaying the green card, the yellow card, and the red card. The green card means you have met the minimum qualifying time. The yellow card means you are at the target time and should begin wrapping it up. And the red card simply says your time is up. So for the prepared speeches, we would be the prepared speaker would be given 5 to 7 minutes, and the qualifying grace, including the grace, would be 30 seconds, which would be 4 minutes 30 seconds to 7 minutes 30 seconds. Along with the grace times would be about 8 minutes. Speech evaluation would be about 2 to 3 minutes, and qualifying range is about 1 minute 30 seconds to 3 minutes 30 seconds, including 30 minutes grace. With regard to the reports, that is the language evaluator and the listener, both of you all are allowed or allotted 2 to 3 minutes to present your report. To stay qualified for all the polls, you must finish within 30 seconds of grace period, allowed both above the specified limit. And for the table topics, each of the speaker would be given about 2 minutes. So yes, I'm now wrapping up my instructions with regard to the timings, and I would definitely come back giving away my timer report. And as DTM Nancy rightly said, she will be observing and watching, and I'll get back for that. Thank you so much. Over to you, DTM Nancy.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Chaithra, for introducing the role of the timer. Can we have a round of applause for our timer here, please? Well, what claps do here? Claps keep you all awake, right? Now, I want you all to put your hands together for the next role taker that I'm going to invite. My next role taker is Language Evaluator. Language Evaluator for today is Toastmaster Mamta Jain, who's also a visual designer. Please put your hands together for Mamta Jain. Mamta, please introduce your role to everybody.
Thank you, Nancy Goel, DTM, for the warm introduction. Good morning, everyone. Today, I have the pleasure of playing a blended role, that of the language evaluator, which brings together the responsibilities of the R counter, grammarian, and the word master. As the language evaluator, my job is to observe how effectively we all use language, because words, when used well, can inspire, influence, and illuminate. As the R counter, I will be listening for filler words like you know, so, and repeated words or pauses that distract from the message. As the grammarian, I will note interesting or effective uses of language, as well as any misuses of grammar, awkward phrasing, or missed opportunities for clarity. As the word master, let me introduce the word of the day. The word of the day is prudence. Prudence. Its meaning is careful and wise thinking before acting. Its synonyms are caution, wisdom, sound judgment. Here are some examples of how you might use it in a sentence. Prudence prevents us from jumping to conclusions. The other example, she showed prudence by not reacting immediately. I encourage all of you to use this word during the meeting. The word of the day helps spark our vocabulary and enrich our language. Each time someone uses it correctly, I request everyone to acknowledge it with a quick thumbs up. I will share the word of the day in the chat and gently remind members to use it during the meeting. So let's practice prudence by choosing our words wisely. Thank you, and over to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mamta. Thank you, Paduka, for the claps here. Well, I am being prudent here while keeping you all awake. So let's try and see if our vocal cords are working fine. Unmute yourself and pronounce the word prudence with me.
Prudence.
Prudence.
Oh, it's working fine. Yeah, I can hear you. All good now. Let's move on to our listening skills. And for testing our listening skills today, we have got the next role taker, Toastmaster Basavaraja. Toastmaster Basavaraja is someone who has got 15 years of extensive experience in automotive domain, ADAS. We still don't know what ADAS means, but probably in some of the speeches, upcoming speeches by him, we will get to know this. Please put your hands together for the listener for the day.
Good morning, Toastmaster and guest. Today I am the listener and your friendly spy for this meeting. While you speak and enjoy, I will be quietly observing everything. It means yes, everything. At the end, I will be asking few questions. If you are planning to relax, you should think again. Stay alert. You might be my next target. Yeah. Back to you, Toastmaster. Nancy.
Well, that was a subtle introduction, or shall I say threat, from our listener of the meeting. Everybody, please stay awake and keep on listening to all the speakers coming up on stage, because that's what our listener is going to make note of and will ask questions from. With this, the role of the General Evaluator has been introduced. I will come back when called upon by Toastmaster of the Day with this team as well as more addition to my team members towards the later half of the meeting. I hand it over back to Toastmaster of the Day. Thank you.
Thank you. I hope you were able to prudently break the problem while the intros were going on. What was the problem? Water shortage in Bangalore in summers. Can I get a raise of hands if you have thought of any questions where you have tried to break down the problem? Anybody online, offline? Okay, let me help you with the questions. The goal of this stage is to define the problem clearly before trying to solve it. And what we will do today is in each of the three stages, which are breaking down the problem, questioning your assumptions, and rebuilding the solutions from scratch, we will just ask the fundamental questions. Because once we have the questions, the answers are easy to find. So what is the problem? Let's try to question. What exactly do we mean by water shortage? Shortage of what kind of water? Drinking, domestic, industrial, or all of it? Shortage for whom? The whole city or only certain areas and people? Is the real problem lack of water, lack of storage, lack of access, or lack of distribution? What are the main obstacles here? Insufficient rainfall, poor capture, leaking systems, overuse, or weak governance. These are the type of questions that we should ask while we are still trying to break down the problem. And only once we have broken down the problem and made it more clear, we should move to the next stage, which is questioning the assumptions. But before we challenge the assumptions, I would like to share the flow of this meeting. We will have three sections: prepared speeches section, table topic section, and evaluation section. And first, coming to challenge our thoughts, with their speeches are two fabulous speakers. I would like to invite the first thinker on stage, Toastmaster Paduka. Toastmaster Paduka has been a Toastmaster for more than 5 years and is an ex-VP membership of the Gabbys Toastmasters Club. She is the past area director of Area B1, District 92, professionally with more than 14 years of experience in automotive segment. She is a project manager and a solution architect.
Okay.
Yeah, just finding the title. Did we change the title?
Rise up again.
Yeah. Toastmaster Paduka, rise up again. Rise up again, Toastmaster Paduka.
Rock bottom can be a solid foundation if sometimes you choose to fall and rise up again. Rise and shine, Toastmasters and Gabbys, of course. We always think sometimes that strength is all about never giving up, fighting until the end. But sometimes strength is also about choosing to fail and rise up again. About 4 years ago, in my career, an idea came to me. An idea where I know that it would solve a problem which I really wanted to solve. An idea, I know that it can make a real impact. So what do you do in such kind of case? You give all into it. My time, my focus, my energy. Not just for a few months, for 3 whole years. But what happens when you do everything technically right, but you started losing the control of your own initiative? And that's what happened to me. When I started to feel that my vision that I initially began with, started fading away, and I had no control to fix it. Do I choose to stay? Do I need to fight for it? Do I need to resist, persist? Or do I need to just walk away? I chose to walk away. In fact, I hate that very moment when I took that decision. Because I hate giving up something. But what I also realized is what is more important, your goal or the path to reach the goal. So, yes, I was frustrated, I was shattered, I was disappointed to the utmost end. I felt I reached the rock bottom because I literally walked away from my initiative, which I spent 3 years on to. In fact, that was my most anxious moment. But I also realized it is okay. It is okay to cry. It is okay to feel vulnerable. It is okay to spend 1 or 2 days locked up in a room. But then, what's next? Because it is okay to fail, but it is not okay if you are in that same place. That is rock bottom. So I realized I need to do 3 things. Of course, it is similar to whatever our TMOD was stating today. It is written on my own way as well. Number 1, step away. Step away completely. So what I did, I took a chance and went to Meghalaya. I did something that I never did before, that I jumped into an ice cold water. I had some fun. I regenerated. Because when you regenerate, you will get a clarity on how to move forward at least.
Number 2, I started myself out again. I invested in myself. I started doing a specialization in Gen AI, which is my tech, because I wanted to master my craft. You train, you invest, and then you try again, you fail again, but you try again. So these are the moments, I must say again, I was very, very anxious because I literally have no path to go. And I started looking everywhere around. And I also believe you will get what you look for. I didn't get the opportunities I wanted, but I started getting opportunities which was unimaginable. I went to the places, or I was given chances to be in places where I didn't even imagine. And that led to good visibility inside my own organization. And that also led to a good next step kind of a start. So number 3, rise up again. Today, I'm again in front of you, starting out a new role, which is more of aligned to what I want and much more of what I imagined, which something that can give a much more bigger impact. And that when also I realized universe will also align if you put out your 100% over there. May not be in your way, but in something the way that is right for you as well. I don't know whether I would succeed. I don't know what the future holds. I don't know whether is this the right path. But all I know right now is, yes, I just need to start again. I need to start building stuff again. But I will do it. We will do it until we reach that particular goal. So, ladies and gentlemen, all I have to ask you is, are you holding on to the path that will take you to the goal or to the goal that you wanted to reach? Because it doesn't matter if you fail. All you have to think about is to rise up again and again and again. Thank you very much.
Are you holding on to the path you wanted to take to reach your goal, or you are holding the goal that you wanted to reach? What a lovely line. And same happens when you pick a problem, isn't it? You should be worried about where you want to reach the solution. There could be multiple paths that could be leading to it. I hope you are prudently listening to the speeches. And with that, I would give you one more bonus by calling our next speaker on stage, Toastmaster Sreelakshmi. She carries over 14 years of professional experience in finance and tech consulting projects and has built career as a project management professional. Apart from work, she enjoys solo traveling and discovering new places. Evaluator for Toastmaster Lakshmi is DTM Sourav, who is here. Toastmaster Sreelakshmi, from Echo to Voice. From Echo to Voice, Toastmaster Sreelakshmi.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, for the warm introduction. So greetings, fellow Toastmaster, distinguished Toastmasters and guests. Thank you all for being here. So have you ever dreamt of being a voice or merely just to echo out? It's a food for thought, right? I was totally unaware of what this means until I reached a situation in my life where I wanted to know the difference of what being a leader is and what being just a follower is. I merely used to follow my seniors and my team leader while I was scaling up in my career. It was always important for me to follow their footsteps because that's where I aimed myself to be. So I slowly started working on things, even when it was enforced on me, on cascaded down to me. I never had the opportunity to say a no to them because I wanted to merely follow it and be on the good books. So even when I didn't have the bandwidth to work on things, I have supported, stretched beyond my power and worked on things. Before I move ahead to provide more stories from my end, I would just like to understand from the audience. Who all consider yourself to be a leader? Would I see a raise of hand? Even in the online audience, if you could actually provide or raise your hand. And is there anyone who likes to be a follower or enjoys being a follower? Okay. Looks like it's a mixed opinion. Hopefully that changes towards the end. So moving on, in one of my prior organizations, which was with respect to 3 years of experience where I did spend in that organization, I was in a very good position and I also wanted to pursue my further studies. So I thought might be doing a professional certification like ICWA would hold a lot of weightage to my CV. So I wanted to pursue and go forward with that. I was also in a working situation where it used to be a rotational shift, and then taking up something like this is an add-on for myself. So in order to align things and to move forward to a win-win situation with both my work life and my professional life, I thought of moving to a gender shift, which would be helpful for my career growth as well. So in order to pursue this further, I did initiate a conversation with my senior manager, and I did put forward my request that this is what I wanted to pursue and if you could actually support me for my career growth. So yes, at that point of time, he was not in a situation to come back with a proper response. He told me, do give me some time, I will come back on it. But much before my senior manager did come forward and provide his opinion, there were some seniors and team leader who started telling me that, no, I know you put forward your request, but then don't have high hopes on it. It's going to be challenging because of the work constraint that we have. So let's see how things will work out, but we would actually request you to be available here for the work constraint. But I was prudent. I begged to differ from their thoughts. I was looking forward for a positive response for my growth and for my next level. So I did wait for a response and hopefully everything fell in place. The senior manager did come forward and provide his opinion that I can move forward to this new team and there is an opportunity there in a gender shift. This helped me to realize that always believe in your dream and your thoughts. Never be blinded with respect to what is being told by everyone else. Don't be blindly judged by your thoughts. So post some years, I did get an opportunity to move forward and scale up in my career. And with respect to that certification, yes, I successfully completed. So post some years, I went on to another organization and there was a new concept of a coach. I don't know how many people have coaches in your organization, but I had a coach over there. So, and this person is someone that I still look up to even today, even in terms of my career. I always roll back to him for any suggestion and opinion, and I totally adore his skill sets. And there are some factors which I would lay it down for you, which you'll be able to relate back to. So in this organization where there's a concept called coach, so that person is not even responsible just for your feedback, but is also responsible to provide a career guidance and also with respect to a well-being standpoint as well, which helps you in scaling any challenges that comes forward in the organization. Now, in terms of a checklist, everyone used to follow it like a checklist in the other coaches. But for this person, it really valued a lot. He was a person who used to believe the best for himself, and the same was cascaded down to his coaches as well, and he wanted to get the best out of that. So considering my tenure over there were multiple coaches that I came ahead with, but then this person was really special and outstanding. So in terms of the way that he used to think it forward, like the other coaches used to track it down like a checklist where they never used to question or voice out their opinion, but he had a different thought process where he used to question everything. He used to understand what is right and wrong for the people in the team. So initially for me to get along with a person like this was challenging and to understand his ways of thinking. But as I kept conversing with him, because we had a bi-weekly connect, I could understand that he's just trying to get the best out of me. He wants me to grow. He wants me to voice out my opinion and not just be another follower. So putting it all together, this was something which helped me to look forward to and also helped me to scale up and break the barriers that I've actually set for myself. So putting together all this is what I wanted to put it across to all of you, that it's very important to voice out your opinion at the right time and never be another person in the follower. There can be a lot of situations where people tell you not to do some things, but always think what is right for you and go ahead with that. So the person I am today is all because of the guidance from this one person that I totally look up to, because he helped me to break the barriers that were set by myself around me and helped me to move forward with that. Now, this is what I do, something with my professional field as well, where I encourage my team members or anyone who needs support and provide the assurance and the motivation factor to them, and also be a backbone which helps them to scale further in terms of their growth or any challenges that they come across. So this is my point, and hopefully your mind has changed from being a follower to think as a leader for yourself. So how about all of you? The question is out there open. Would you like to be that leader again, or would you think back of being a follower? Thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster Priya.
Breaking the barriers that we set for ourselves. Lovely speech by Toastmaster Sreelakshmi. Do you remember the questions that we thought while we were breaking down the problem? Any question, if you remember, anyone from the online audience? There were some questions that we did asked while we were breaking down the problem. I can see the attention coefficient, but anyways, we will move to the next section. Once we have broken down the problem, we will question the assumptions. The goal is to attack what everyone has accepted without thinking. For example, Elon Musk attacked that batteries are expensive and they are going to be. For example, we assume that putting in more hours in studies will make us better. Coming to our real problem, the shortage of water in Bangalore. What are our assumptions? Why do we assume simply that there is not enough water in Bangalore? If rain falls, where does that water go? Is the rain not enough, or our storage capacity is not enough? Do all users require fresh potable water? Are people truly over consuming water, or has the system made it easy to over consume? What counts as enough water, and who decided that? If some areas always get water and others don't, is this a shortage problem or a distribution problem? Now, there would be a lot more assumptions. These are some examples. So while you are approaching your problem, you have clearly defined it. Try to question as much as assumptions, because there are some things that are in our minds that keep being there as facts. We believe them as facts. Studying more gives better results. Batteries are always going to be expensive, or the water shortage is because there is insufficient water in Bangalore, right? After questioning assumptions, we will move to rebuilding the solutions from scratch, because we have earned the right to ask the questions for the solution. But until now, I have been the one asking the questions. Now it's somebody else's turn to make you all uncomfortable. To help us build ideas from scratch, I invite our table topics master. Table topics master for today is Toastmaster Sanjay Jain. Okay, we'll take a 5-minute break. We'll be back after 5 minutes. When I click it, does it stop it or it just pauses it? There is no, I'm worried to click it. Good to go? Now, to invite us to make us teach how to think on feet, we have our table topics master for today. Today's table topic master is Toastmaster Sanjay Jain, who is a CA by profession and a passionate communicator by choice. While he works with numbers during the day, his true dream goes far beyond balance sheets. He aspires to be an effective communicator who can impact the lives of millions worldwide. Through Toastmasters, he's on a mission to sharpen his speaking skills and turn his dream into reality. Over to you, Toastmaster Sanjay.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ankur, for giving me the opportunity. Good morning, everyone. Let us start with a simple question. How many times in a day do we assume things without even thinking? We assume people, we assume situations, and sometimes we even assume our own limits. But today, we are going to challenge that. Welcome to the table topic section with the theme, Beyond Assumptions, Thinking from the First Principle. This section is all about thinking fresh, thinking deep, and speaking from the heart. For those who are new, the table topic is the best place to practice impromptu speaking. I will give you a topic and you have 2 to 3 minutes to share your thoughts. Do not worry about your perfect answers, just focus on expressing your ideas. I encourage everyone, including the guests, to participate. This is a safe place to learn, grow, and enjoy your speaking skills. So let us begin. I call upon Toastmaster Ankur to give me some names from the speaker's view, and online I will be taking, I have around 10 topics and 6 I will be taking from the speaker's view and 4 from the online vision. So online also can raise their hands, and
We will have three people from offline in-person audience and 3 online.
okay,
6
fine.
total.
Yeah. You can give me the name, Nancy. Yeah.
Yes, I'm giving you the names.
Yeah, online can you?
The first one is Nazia.
Yeah.
Nazia.
Yeah, she can come on the speaker's view. Yeah, so I can give her the topic.
Yes, we are just preparing the speaker. I'll drop you rest of the names in the chat.
Yeah, please.
Do I need to stand up?
Yes.
Anybody from online? Yeah, she has come now. For your first topic is one assumption I believed for years. One assumption I believed for years. Do you got the topic?
Yeah.
Have you got the topic?
Good morning. Yeah, good morning, my fellow Toastmasters and guests. One assumption that I was believed in years was self-sacrifice. Example, my mom, she always sacrifices many things for others. She takes care of everyone at home, but she'll not take care of herself. She'll smile outside, but while suffering inside. I adopted the same from on seeing my mom. I always, whatever the work they give at office, I'll accept with smile. But I'll be suffering inside. I used to assume that self-sacrifice is the only one to take care of others. I lived for others. Then one day I realized I was losing myself in the process of serving others. Then I lost my identity. Then I realized that self-love is not selfish. Then I started focusing on myself. When I started taking care of myself, then I started attracting whatever I wanted, the promotion on site, at office, the good relationships in my personal life. Then the assumption, I broke the stereotype, like taking care of others is okay, but prioritizing yourself is more important. Over to you. Thank you.
Sanjay is on mute.
You're on mute.
Sanjay, you're speaking on mute.
Excellent speech given by Nancy. Not Nancy, sorry, I forgot her name.
Nazia.
Nazia. Yeah. Can I give a big applause to her for an excellent speech? The next topic is, can I ask Madhav Rakesh, online person, to unmute?
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
A time I questioned why. A time I questioned why.
Yeah. Okay. Throughout my years as a student, I have been through many experiences, as I'm pretty sure everybody here has. So now, one of them is obviously the exams. So now, I had a favorite subject which I used to give my all, and but then whenever it comes to the exams, I could never truly excel in that subject, no matter how much I tried, no matter how much I put my effort into it. It never really gave the result that I wanted. Eventually, a thought came into my mind, and I started asking myself, why am I trying so hard? Why is it that when I put my effort, I get the least amount of results, while others who put half of the effort get much more than what I wanted? So, with that thought in mind, I went forward with more exams, and then as more and more time pass on, I realized that no matter what others think, that it is my effort that needed to be put forward. It and then I started before I started putting more effort. I focused on myself and my thought process. Instead of speaking why, I thought about how I should improve myself. And I'm pretty sure everybody here has some sort of experience towards that. So I implore everybody here to, instead of thinking about why, we should think about how. We should focus on our goals. We should be prudent of the path that we should take, and then we should put forward a proper plan so that we may be able to reach that goal. Of course, it's not always easy. I've seen many people have struggled with that, but I'm sure we all will pull through.
Yeah, excellent take on the topic. A big applause to him for delivering it. Can I ask the offline
Next, we
speaker?
have in person,
Yeah.
Varun.
Varun. Yeah, Varun, Toastmaster Varun. Your topic is, can I come on the stage?
1 second, he's coming up on stage. One second.
Okay, fine.
You can plug it on.
Oh, okay.
That will stick.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, you need to go.
Yeah, your topic. Can I give the topic, Varun?
Yeah, sure. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, good. Yeah.
Okay.
What is truth for you?
I'm sorry. Could you repeat that?
What is truth for you?
Truth for you.
Yeah. Explain what truth means to you personally. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, if I have to define what truth means to me, I would say you can deceive anyone in life, but I feel like you cannot deceive yourself. And self-deception is something that is very hard to overcome. And for me, being truthful to oneself, being honest to oneself is probably the greatest truth that any human being can possess, because no matter how many difficulties or challenges you may face in life, you cannot delude yourself into believing that you may not be able to overcome it, or you may be able to overcome it. So you have to assess that situation and then decide for yourself as to or honestly assess yourself in terms of how you would tackle those situations. So in that sense, I would say that would be the I at least see as being paramount.
Thank you, Varun. But you are not taken the full time to speak. Yeah. Okay, no issue. A big applause to you for giving a wonderful try. Next, online audience, Vidhi Kanal. Would you be able to go? Yeah.
We have Vidhi raising her hand. Vidhi Kanal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hello. Hello,
Vidhi
Sanjay.
Kanal. Yeah. I'll be giving you a topic. A common myth you disagree with. A common myth you disagree with. Have you got the topic?
No, I could not hear you properly. Can you?
A common myth you disagree
A common myth I disagree
with.
with.
Yeah.
So this just reminds me of social settings where oftentimes we have perceptions that people should initiate conversations with us. And this is one of the myths that even I had earlier on. That, you know, whenever I am going in a social setting, whenever I'm going in parties or where there's a crowd, I used to think that only when people come and talk to me is when I am welcomed and I'm wanted and needed in that place. But with time, I realized that it's it's a perception that is only there in our minds, and one needs to step up and one needs to come forward and take the initiative as well, because it's hard for people to really understand what you are expecting. There will be some people who will come and talk to you, but many people won't come and talk to you. So it's hard for everybody to make you feel welcomed and wanted. And why would they even do that in the first place? So, especially when they don't know you. So with time, I realized that, you know, if you need to make yourself feel like a part of the crowd, you need to welcome yourself first, and you need to give yourself that importance and give people that grace, and go and talk to people, take that initiative and step up. Thank you.
Thank you, Vidhi, for an excellent take on the topic, and a big applause to you for.
Next, we have Sourav.
Yeah, Sourav. Yeah.
Sourav.
Please, yeah. DTM Sourav, please welcome.
Yes. Am I audible?
Yes.
Hello?
Yeah. Can I give you the topic?
Yeah.
When did you last change your opinion? When did you last change your opinion?
Right now. I changed my opinion about you, Sanjay, that you are a very shy person and you cannot speak, because you can speak. A little while back, I changed my opinion about making the most of our Toastmasters journey in terms of our speaking, the investment that we didn't speak.
It's his network, I think. It's your network, Sanjay.
I just changed my opinion that people don't come for in-person meetings because two guests just walked into the room. All the time, in all the places, you will find data points for you to revalidate, reassess, and repurpose the opinions that we make of people around us, of the world around us. But then why do we not change it? Why do we hold on to it? Because humans are by nature Bayesian animals, where we go with whatever we have witnessed in the past, and any new data point that comes in, we look at it with a lot of suspicion. We are not ready to move away from it. And why so? Because it's uncomfortable. What I'm going to say next is almost going to sound like blasphemy, but still I will do that. For years, we have been told that Pakistan is an enemy, right? And this is something that probably with a good reason, that there are terrorist attacks happening, that there's war happening, that there's so much that's going on between these two countries. But is it a fact that every Pakistani is an enemy? Every person sitting in Pakistan is right now thinking of how to kill every Indian? I don't believe that. I have a lot of friends in the Toastmasters fraternity who are from Pakistan. A few months back, I had a very bad injury and I broke my hand. These people messaged me and asked me, Sourav, how are you? They didn't ask me, Sourav, why did you not die? So my friends, you have an opportunity to change your opinion every single time you stay awake and you stay conscious. But are you ready for it? That's the bigger question. Thank you.
Thanks, Sourav, for a wonderful take on the topic. And let us give him a big applause. I would, last topic is there, online audience. Anybody want to go?
Muskan Rahman.
Who is there? Yeah, Sachin, you can take the topic. Yeah.
Muskan.
Okay.
It's me.
Yeah, Muskan want to take? Yeah, Muskan can take. Yeah, you can unmute yourself. Yeah, Muskan, your topic is a rule you would break and why. A rule you would break and why.
Okay. So whenever it comes to rule, the first thing comes to my mind is my school days. There's a plenty and plenty of rules, and that not is for the boys. It's only for the girls. You can't apply the nail polish. You have to tie your two chotis, two braids you have to do. So it's kind of a torture to me because from childhood, as I worked in Tollywood industry, I always like to look like a little girly, always having hand paints and a little nail polish on it, and slaying my hair. But whenever I enter the school, they just dhak 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 dhak. Okay, the ma'am is watching me. They want to get rid of my nails. They will cut my nails. They will just make my hairs cut. Some one day it happened that they cut my hair short, chopped it off, saying that okay, you have a long hair and you don't want to do braids, then just chop it off. You don't have to braid it anymore. I cried a lot. I cried a lot. So I want to break that rules if I get the authority that no more braiding in schools for girls. And it's happened, then some more rules should be taken for boys too. It's illegal for me to only the girls have to do their visit. That's all from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, Muskan, for a wonderful take on the topic. A big applause to her. With this, we come to an end of the table topic section. And now
Sanjay, we had Suchita raising her hand twice. We will have one last topic, Suchita.
Okay, fine. Yeah. Suchita.
This is the last topic.
Okay, fine. Yeah. Suchita, where are you? Suchita, can you come on the camera?
Suchita, are you there? Okay, looks like she's not around. We can move
Sachin,
on. Just
Sachin,
wrap
we
it.
can give to Sachin then.
Yeah, I can take a topic.
Yes,
Yeah.
Sachin then is the last.
Yeah,
This
Sachin,
is the last.
Yeah. What if failure did not exist? What if failure did not exist?
See, failure is very important to get success. If failure is not there, I don't think anybody in the world will get success. And I will take the example of Thomas Alva Edison. He failed so many times. Then he got the success at the last. Similar is the case of Albert Einstein. He failed, but at the end he got success. So failure is important because it shows us what is not right in the steps or the path which we are taking to achieve our goal. And it's important that we jot out those points when we fail each time. It's kind of experiment. We should note down, okay, this path is not going to work. And more you fail, more insights, more guidance you get, what not to repeat. So, and that becomes a stepping stone for success. For me,
I have failed a lot of times. But each time when I fail, I ponder what did not go well. I clearly write those things not to repeat in my diary. And it becomes a learning point. It's become a teacher. Failure becomes a teacher, which teaches me don't repeat this. But yes, if we fail, failing is okay. But learning from failure is the most important thing. If you don't learn from the failure, then you keep on failing. So I am saying it's a failure and success are the two sides of a coin. If failure is not there, success is not there. So as I said, there are a lot of examples. Even Mr. Mahatma Gandhi, he failed. I mean, he was failed by the British a lot of times. When he went to South Africa, he was assaulted. He was failed, but he took it as a learning point. And then he implemented what is the right way to have India give the independence from British. So all his failures had showed him that non-violence is the right way to get the success in India, not the violence. So this is my take. Over to you, Toastmaster Sanjay.
Yeah, thank you, Sachin, for a wonderful take on the topic, and big applause to him for taking on the topic. And with this, we come to an end of the table topic section. With this, I hand over the stage to Toastmaster Ankur to take it on. Yeah, thank you very much. And
Thank you, Table Topic Master, for the amazing topics. Am I audible?
Yes.
And today's table topic speakers broke a lot of assumptions. From self-love doesn't mean that we don't care about others. And it's not that Pakistan is our enemy. Some incumbents inside that country are. Right? Now, before we move to the third stage of learning how to think from first principles method, I want to do a quick revision. How many of you remember what were the assumptions we took while we were thinking of shortage of water supply in Bangalore?
How much enough is enough for the people?
Great point. How much enough is enough, and who decided it? Someone from the online audience.
Do all users need potable water?
Sorry, can you repeat? Do all
users need potable water?
Yes. The other fundamental assumption we challenged was, do all kind of uses need potable fresh water? And we will try to build a solution or solutions from scratch when I come back next. But now it's time for the evaluation session. And for that, I would like to call back on stage General Evaluator for today, DTM Nancy.
Thank you. Well, as mentioned earlier, that I'll be back with my general evaluation report as well as general evaluators team. I introduced a few of my role takers while the rest will be introduced now. So we will start with speech evaluations first. For the first speech, we had first speech by Toastmaster Paduka Kannan. The first speech was evaluated by Toastmaster Priya Singh, who will be sharing her evaluation right now. She is a marketing professional and academician in business management. She is passionate about creative writing and poetry. Her podcast, Soulful Scrolls, is her dedicated effort to the craft of poetic expression. With this, I look forward to her poetic evaluation speech next. Over to you, Toastmaster Priya Singh.
Thank you so much, ma'am, Madam General Evaluator, for that wonderful and warm introduction. Well, I wish the speech was long enough for me to add few poetic lines as well, but I'll dive into my evaluation speech. My target speaker, Toastmaster Paduka. Some speeches entertain, some speeches inform, but your speech today challenged and inspired us to rise again and again, even after we fall. So a great, great blend of emotions, courage, and prudence. It turned a simple story into such a meaningful call of action right from the beginning to the end. Congratulations on fulfilling the purpose of your project to inspire the audience. Yes, I was totally inspired by your story and your speech. I would like to focus on three aspects: clarity, connection, and impact, to tell you what I loved in your story and your speech. Clarity. Your story was a heartfelt one with a clear call of action, a clear message that it doesn't matter if we fail, if we fall, but it matters when we rise again and again. An authentic, heartfelt story which displayed courage and resilience. Connection. From the beginning to the end, there was a complete connection with the audience through your body language, your facial expressions, your voice, which was very clear, very powerful, and your hand gestures. You seem to use them in sync with the highs and lows of your speech. And impact. Your speech was very inspiring, very impactful. You used amazing vocabulary and phrases. I just loved the opening line. Rock bottom can be a solid foundation if we choose to fall and rise again, and it'll stay with me. Apart from that, you had another very beautiful line which says it's okay to fail, but not okay to be in the same place. Now, coming to how you could take this and rise further in your speeches in the coming time is you could use your space more effectively. You were standing in one place. You should have ideally spoken about the first phase where you fell down on one side, and then when you rose again from the other side of the stage. So that would have added more impact to your speech. And secondly, using your pitch more appropriately. It was always a high powered pitch. You could have lowered it wherever you wanted to indicate how you felt. So, a great speech. Congratulations for fulfilling your project. Just keep in mind the 2 points. Your pitch fluctuation should be betterly used. And secondly, your use of space. Thank you, ma'am. Over back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Priya. Well, I must say you started your evaluation with the poetry, the first line, the moment you opened up your evaluation speech. I just loved it. I'm not able to recall, but that was something very impactful. Then you followed a structure, connect with the speaker. You talked about the commendations, recommendations. You lost time where you couldn't summarize. So when we are going for contest, summary carries a lot of weightage. And that's where we need to keep some time for summary as well. So that's one thing missing in your evaluation. Now coming to the speaker here, Toastmaster Paduka. Toastmaster Paduka, while I agree with the evaluator that you inspired through your speech, I felt that specific was missing. All the specifics, except for Meghalaya, you going to Meghalaya, everything else was like, I went somewhere, I was working somewhere. None of the things were specific. So that's where me as a person, I was feeling that the specifics would have added more impact to your speech. Second, I would say you had good opportunity to add humor as well. You hit rock bottom, you go bottoms up. Like very simple line, but adding humor. So that way, the intensity of the speech for the audience, while they're laughing at the fact that you are laughing at your misery, they're also getting inspired. So you could have added humor. That's just to challenge yourself, right? These are 2 points from my side. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Priya and Toastmaster Paduka, for a wonderful speech here. Next, we had second speaker, Toastmaster Sreelakshmi. She was evaluated by distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta, who was introduced earlier as well. Well, I would like to just simply say that distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta is someone who's running Practive Consulting and Training LLP and my business partner. Please put your hands together for our second evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta.
Whenever I listen to these rising from the ashes and breaking the barriers kind of stories, I always think this is one side of the story. There's always a villain there, a demon, a devil, which is generally a manager or an uncle or a neighbor, someone we don't know. So you are coming here and saying, you know, that man was so bad, I just boxed him and all. How do I believe it? Why do I believe you? Because that's your version of the story. What I liked about Sreelakshmi's story today, it was a story about rising, but without pulling anyone down. If you replay the speech in your mind, you will notice she did not say, that man was bad. No. She said, I fell short. I did not do this. When you give a speech with that humility, people believe you. Even if they don't believe you, they empathize with you. So good job there, Sreelakshmi, in sharing a story of rising without making anyone come down. Because when you say that man was bad, it is your take. The man will definitely have a very different take on it. As we all know, the truth always lies in between. Now, this speech can be made better if you can help me understand what to do with this speech. I'm confused. I heard your story from the beginning to the end. You had a great journey, great success. Congrats for that. But apart from appreciating you, what else do you want me to do with it? Your story never became my story. Your story never became my message. Your story never moved towards me taking some specific actions. How do I take from echo to voice? If you feel it is important, please make it a voice. That's a great slogan to give to a crowd. But how do we implement? And if it was so easy to do, then why are we not doing it? So tell us the how part of it if you really want us to do it. Otherwise, just say, I did it, be inspired. Have a good day. 1, 2, 3. The second thing, Sreelakshmi, is what about the other side? What about the other side of truth? You never touched upon that. You had a couple of minutes more. And I would have loved to see you talk about the perspective about what if all of us start questioning everything that comes in front of us? Will the Indian Army be able to survive? Will the corporate chain of command survive? Will this meeting survive? The general evaluator will say, timer, please come on stage. Timer will say, why? The timer will show yellow card and she will look at me and say, time to wrap up, and I say, why? My echo is becoming my voice. Right? That doesn't work that way. Which means there are situations where the echo, where the message has to be loud and clear. This is it. The buck stops here. So highlight those situations, at least as a footnote, so that we don't make the dangerous assumption that I'm going to challenge everything in this world. So these are my 2 recommendations for you to make it a little bit more from I to we to you, and also to give the other perspective. But please continue to share these inspirational stories with humility. We need more of us. Thank you.
It would be an understatement to say that I got so lost in the evaluation, I forgot to evaluate. That is how beautiful you delivered the evaluation here. Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta. I echo with all the points that he has mentioned in terms of recommendation here to Toastmaster Sreelakshmi. Along with this, I would also like to point one more recommendation for you in terms of body language. While you were constantly looking at the camera and making an eye contact with the online audience, I was just sitting here looking at you, waiting for you to at least pay attention to people who are sitting in the room as well. So when it comes to hybrid setup, what we generally do, we either look at the audience or we look at the camera. But camera is, again, one part of the entire audience. So floodlight and spotlight works for camera included. right? So look at the entire audience and camera. I felt the in-person audience felt not included, excluded, right? So that's my evaluation for the speaker as well as the evaluator. Can we have a huge round of applause for both speaker and the evaluator? Next we have is table topics evaluator. Our table topics evaluator is someone who was making notes while all of us were delivering those 1 to 2 minutes nuggets of wisdom during the table topic section. Our TTE for today is Toastmaster Chitrangana, who is having 11 years of corporate experience, who's a passionate traveler and a dance enthusiast. And to top it all, she is area level participant for the Gabbys Toastmasters Club. Please put your hands together for Toastmaster Chitrangana Singh.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Cool. Thank you, General Evaluator, Distinguished Toastmaster Nancy. I love table topics. I love them because they reveal our unexamined assumptions. The things we believe before we even had the time to decide what to believe. Today, our speakers had the courage to say their assumptions out loud. And here's my feedback. Speaker number 1, Toastmaster Nazia, you had a very strong message, a message which was relevant to me, and I am speaking on the behalf of the women fraternity. Focusing on yourself is not selfish. Not always caring for others mean that you have to forget yourself. One area of improvement for you is by adding some pauses and some changes in the voice that you are using, you can convey the depth of your message better. Speaker number 2, Toastmaster Madhav, you had a very relevant story. Your topic was a time I questioned why. You picked up a topic, you picked up a story about you not doing well in a subject which you were really passionate about, and you believe that, yeah, you are doing your best. However, the eventual takeaway or the message for me was not clear. Also, I observed that you avoided looking into the camera directly. So that is something you can work upon, and that would make your speech more impeccable. Speaker number 3, Toastmaster Varun, your topic was what's truth for you. You have a great sentence formation skill, and you have an amazing vocabulary too. What I observed as lacking in your speech was again a personal story. Speaker number 4, Toastmaster Vidhi, your topic was a common myth you disagree with. Again, you had a very good message that when you are in a social setting, do not expect others to come to you. You should initiate the conversation. You become that icebreaker evangelist from your end. Again, what I observed in your speech was the message was strong, but personal anecdote was missing. As in you could have shared some example on, okay, before this is how my social gathering was, and after I realized this myth, what did I do to break it? Speaker number 5, Distinguished Toastmaster Sourav, your topic was when did you last change your opinion? Your speech started like a conversation. You continued your speech as an answer to the question that Toastmaster Sanjay put. When did you last change your opinion? Just now. I love that. I love how you began your speech. We could have avoided singling out one country, is what I believe. Covering more countries in your speech would have made it more acceptable at international standards. Speaker number 6, Master Muskan, your topic was a rule you would break and why. Great pick of a example. You could single out couple of rules which you did not like. However, you picked a story from the time you were a kid. I would have appreciated if you could have added towards the end of your story how now being an adult you feel about those rules, that those rules did exist for a reason, And what is your take on those rules now? Speaker number 7, Toastmaster Sachin, your topic was what if failure did not exist? I love that you could bring examples of historical figures in your speech. However, I missed your own personal story. Why was failure unmissable to you? Why you think that failure would that without failure your story wouldn't have been complete? Also, there was too much usage of the word fail. Maybe we can reframe our sentences. I know it is a challenge for on the spot thinking, but maybe we can practice that and get there. All right, so with the last speaker's feedback done, I wrap up my evaluation. Kudos to all the speakers. No preparation, no script, no rehearsal, yet you delivered a story worth listening to and marveling at. Your prudence is your strength. Over to you, General Evaluator, Distinguished Toastmaster Nancy.
Thank you. Well, Toastmaster Chitrangana Singh, I must say that I loved your evaluations. Couple of weeks back, I shared a recommendation to Toastmaster Chitrangana here that she needs to be crisp. The table topic evaluation section was pretty long, and since then I have personally noticed this as VP Education of the club, that she keeps on taking up this role more often and ensures that she winds up everything on time, and she has actually taken up this challenge and rose up to the challenge. Kudos to you, Toastmaster Chitrangana. That's a beautiful example you are setting on how to improve yourself. With this, I'll move on to the TAGL team here. For my TAGL team, we had timer Toastmaster Chaithra Lakshminarayan. Toastmaster Chaithra, over to you.
Thank you so
Chaithra,
much.
we would like to hear.
Thank you so much, DTM Nancy. And yes, I'm back again with my report. To give in a liner, everybody have qualified. Probably it was because the timer cards were not displayed for the table topics. DTM Sourav Dutta missed about qualifying in a minute or two, but otherwise everybody have qualified. So yes, I'll be dropping my report in the group chat for everybody's perusal. Thank you so much, and over to you, DTM Nancy.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Chaithra. Well, in the event of timing device failure or internet failure at the venue itself, we give 30 seconds of grace before disqualifying the speaker. So that grace will be given to Toastmaster Sachin Jaiswal, who was not shown the green and the yellow card, directly the red card, as well as Distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta, because we had internet issue. Along with this, table topic evaluator Chitrangana as well. So these three people will get the grace before we disqualify them for voting.
Noted.
30 seconds more grace than the regular grace. Am I making myself clear, or you still have doubt?
No, okay.
It's us. Okay, let me know when you're able to hear me back. Okay.
Can you hear me?
You're audible.
You can hear me? Okay,
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much. With this, can we have a round of applause for Toastmaster Chaithra? Next, I would like to invite Toastmaster Mamta Jain, the language evaluator, for our meeting today. Toastmaster Mamta.
Thank you, ma'am, General Evaluator. Is my screen visible?
Yes.
I think my report is not visible. Let me share my report.
Your screen is visible.
It is visible.
It is visible.
Okay. Nice.
It's your report only, yes.
It was encouraging to see prudence reflected in thoughtful word choices throughout the meeting. I paid attention to the use of grammar, filler words, rhetorical devices, noteworthy phrases, and the word of the day, prudence. Today, many speakers, almost all the speakers, expressed their thoughts and used noteworthy phrases and quotes. And the beautiful metaphors were also used. like Toastmaster Sourav Dutta used beaten billets, stay away, stay conscious. And the phrases used by him were rising from the ashes, truth always lies in between, couple of minutes. And Toastmaster Ankur used the rhetorical devices, cognitive science, fundamental truth, rebuilding the solution, and the epiphora used by him, analytical thinking, computational thinking, logical thinking. Toastmaster Sanjay used what is truth. Nancy Goel DTM used commendations, recommendations, and many more words also. And Toastmaster Paduka Kannan used your goal or path to reach the goal. And she used the word of three, walk away, start again, rise up again. It is a beautiful rule of three. And she also used the phrases, universe will also align, do until you reach your goal. Toastmaster Sreelakshmi used work constraint, gender shift, and the beautiful phrases, be a voice or echo out, break the barrier that we set for ourselves. And she
Please summarize your.
Okay. And she needs to.
In the interest of time, please summarize.
She need the improvement in some words like career and situation. She was pronouncing as career and situation. And now I will share my report in the chat.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mamta Jain. That was quite an elaborate report we had from Toastmaster Mamta Jain. Toastmaster Mamta, I've got one recommendation for you in terms of your report that you have displayed for all of us today. You have made note of all the good phrases and you mentioned one rhetorical device, that is rule of three. To challenge you further, I want you to pay attention to rest of the rhetorical devices, pick up 2 or 3 more and map them to the beautiful phrases. For example, Toastmaster Priya used some of us, some of you. So this is anaphora. You talked about Toastmaster Paduka. She used epizeuxis. So these are very easy to pick up rhetorical devices. Next time you come up on stage, I want you to make note of 2 or 3 more of them instead of just sticking to rule of 3. That's a challenge. With this, I move on to the next role taker in the General Evaluators team, that is listener, Toastmaster Basavaraja. Over to you. You have just say 3 to 5 questions and wrap it up quickly.
Yeah, sure, Nancy. I think today's session looks very serious, right? So I have noted a few questions. So let's. What is the meeting number? Gabbys meeting number today?
270.
270.
Okay. Which year Gabbys started?
2020.
2020.
Okay. So what is the word of the day?
Prudence.
Prudence.
So everybody asked you, so I asked this question. So what is the problem we discussed to break down with Ankur?
Water crisis.
Yeah, everybody knows the problem. I think we did not break down.
Yeah, kids not studying well. Water problem, water shortage.
Yes. So what is the title of the Paduka speech?
Rise up again.
Rise up.
Rise up again.
So what are the 3 steps she used to come out from the failure?
Take a break, regenerate.
Go to Meghalaya.
Come back. Okay. So just return again, step away, invest yourself and rise up again. Okay. So during speech, I think Sreelakshmi asked few questions. You want to become a leader or follower? So what was the Muskan wanted to become, leader or follower?
Leader.
Leader.
No, it's follower.
She raised hand for both. Me and Priya, we were both observant of Muskan.
Okay. So I have written on during table topic, one table topic discussion used our friendly country name. Who is used that?
Sourav Dutta.
Sourav, TTM Sourav Dutta.
Yeah, that's all I have written. Thank you. I think time is up. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Basavaraja. Well, I've got a couple of points to you as a listener. The first thing first, when did the Gabbys got chartered? This is something I think we all know. Some of us knew this answer even if we don't attend the meeting. So avoid taking up questions which can be answered without attending the meeting. I love the question that you posed about Muskan, and that's where it's not just about how attentive we are as a listener, but as a observer as well. So bring these kind of questions on and remove questions which are subjective. Yes, the three points that Paduka, that is a subjective question. Avoid subjective questions or avoid questions that can be answered without attending the meeting. And towards the end, we look for a summary of the report that you have just conducted. So you can say that most of us were attentive or some of us were not attentive. So that's the summary. These are the recommendations from General Evaluator for the listener's role. With this, let me move on to the quick summary of the entire meeting and the report from General Evaluator. The SA started the meeting well on time, as always. The presiding officer, as always, energetic, enthusiastic, announcing the announcements which were required, and going on to the joke master, followed by the introduction. Now, SA and they are so used to very well, no recommendations there. Coming to the Toastmaster of the day. Toastmaster of the day, lovely theme. I love the part where you try to engage audience in the group, posting something before the meeting so that they can read something, listen to something, or watch something. That's a good way of engagement and building that hype of the meeting. The theme was unique, very different from what we generally see. So that's a job well done. In terms of bringing up the content, again, a job well done. May I request Toastmaster Muskan to please stop spotlighting Toastmaster Basavaraja. That's a little distracting here. Well, coming back to the Toastmaster of the day, I have one recommendation for you. While you were noticing that people are not seeing interest in the topic, that is where it's very important for you to change the gears. How do you change the gears? Keep a few things up your sleeve. Keep something up your sleeve that, okay, if people don't respond to this, I will be doing that. And that is where you successfully deliver a role like MC role, we call it Toastmaster of the Day role here. That's the only recommendation. Apart from that, the energy you brought on the stage and the way you delivered, I think from your side, it was still a job well done. Right. Next, coming to Table Topic Master, the topics were really interesting and nice. Everybody could easily speak on the topics. One recommendation for Toastmaster Sanjay Jain, pay attention to your Zoom chat. When you are in the room physically, it's difficult for you to know the names or so. So that's where the Zoom chat comes in handy, or WhatsApp comes in handy. Speak to the VP Education or officer before the meeting and understand how will you get to know the names, or what is it where you will be attentive, because there are multiple channels and we don't know how you will be connecting with the presiding officer or whether you'll be able to understand the names or not, to avoid disruption during the meeting. So that's my overall report on from General Evaluator's desk. With this, I hand it over back to Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Ankur.
Thank you. Once the assumptions have been broken, it's time to rebuild the solutions. Are we excited?
Yes.
From the online audience?
Yes.
Good to go then. How do we build our solutions? What are the type of questions that we'll ask to the problem that we picked? We saw what was the actual problem. We went to the assumptions, what assumptions we are taking. Now we are building the solutions. The questions could be something like this. If we were designing the Bangalore's water supply from zero, how would we rebuild it? How can we capture more water that already reaches the city? We know there are some facts that rain happens, sometimes it doesn't happen well. Then we have Kaveri River with us. Like there are a lot of things on the solution side, but the question is, how can we capture more water? How can we reduce the dependence on one source of water? Now, why the problem arises is because we bank on underground water sources a lot. How might we design a system so that waste becomes difficult, not easy? These needs to be the thought on the governance side for sure, but this is how you approach the problems. And one simple question: what is the simplest model that would still meet real human needs? These are the type of questions that you ask while you are trying to rebuild the solutions. Summarizing, we first ask the questions that made us give the problem a clarity, like what is the real problem. Then we had some facts in mind that why water is scarce, or like what are the problems. We broke those assumptions, we went to the fundamental truth, and then we asked the questions that will be built that will be used for rebuilding the solution. We just talked about the questions today because that is what is more important. Once you have the right set of questions, finding solutions these days is very easy. You have AI. It does pretty bad, by the way, in asking or helping you with the fundamental questions. So that one job still remains with us humans for now. So the next time you face the problem, don't ask, how do I solve this? Ask, what if everything that I know about this problem is wrong? Because the problem is not that the problems are hard. The problem is that we don't question them. Back to the presiding officer.
Thank you. I hope all of you got the polling link and you're already casting your votes, right, for your favorite role placer. Nazia, can you take the? Do you have Nazia's number? Nancy is sending you, Nazia, the response. So the responses have started coming in. Great. Okay. So I'll wait, give a little bit more time for the responses to come in. So we have got two new guests today here. One is Nazia, one is Varun. Anyone online? They are also voting here. Anyone online or any of the new members? Vidhi, Kritika, how did you like the meeting? What did you like? What did you not like? Anything you would want to share? Real quick, Vidhi. Okay. Anyone else, Nancy?
We have Yamini.
Akib. Yamini.
Yamini Lakshmi Pathi.
Yeah, Yamini is a guest, right? Yamini, any quick feedback from your side about our meeting today?
Akib is unmuting.
Hi. Yeah, I think
Hi.
this is my second meeting, I believe. Yeah, so I really enjoyed it. I had actually I'm attending as a guest. I had inquired for membership. So I really enjoyed the process today. And for me, I feel that it would be a good learning opportunity for me to kind of, to kind of fine tune my my oratory skills.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Nazia, why don't you come on stage and share your feedback? Can we give her a mic, please? Or will be up next? So please be ready.
Like this one, like
Yeah. Feedback.
Yeah, hi everyone. This is my first meeting here in Gabbys. I'm very happy to be here today, and particularly I like, I miss the prepared speeches, but I like the general evaluator, whatever, everything she's observing, and then the way she articulates, and then she's giving the feedback for every role. That one I really liked it. And Saurav's TT, I liked it because the moment he said, he started with the humor, the opinion now only I changed. I really liked it. And Ankur, the expressions, the way you are putting effort, that I really liked it. But because I was roaming here to find this place, so I missed the prepared speeches. Maybe next session I'll come soon and then attend it. I'm happy to be here and to see many, people joining online. But maybe if we could more on offline guests, that would have been great. So, but this is the very first time I'm attending this online meeting. Hybrid, because I always used to go for the offline meetings. In our office also, we have only offline meetings. We don't have online meetings. So this is a very different experience for me. Yeah. So thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Nazia. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So interestingly, she's very diplomatic. She covered all the people that were there in the room. So she first said Nancy was good, and then she saw me and said, "Oh, yeah, Saurav's TT was good," and then Ankur was making faces, right? And then she said, "Oh, Ankur's expressions were good," right? So, yeah, it's okay now if I have two mics. I just learned from echo to voice. And then she realized that Paduka and Sreelakshmi were like, "Oh, no, I missed your speeches." I was waiting that she'll fall into the trap. And Paduka's speech was also so good. And like, you were not there. Okay. So, Varun, your turn. Your quick feedback.
Yeah. So, first thing, apologies for all of the delays that I experienced on the way. I originally gone to the Rotary Club over at Indranagar, and I had contacted Sourav sir around the same point. So it took me around 50 minutes to just land up here to this meeting, since I'm not part of any of the WhatsApp official groups and things like that. And it's been a while since I attended the last meeting. I attended my last meeting sometime in February, I believe. And I just got caught up with some of my personal work, personal stuff. So I skipped the entire month in May. So it's great to be back. And it's great to interact with all of you guys. And what I really liked about this meeting was the granularity, the detailing in terms of how specific the feedback was, especially the feedback that you provided me, Chitrangana, for the table topics evaluation, and the way it was smoothly conducted. I can definitely believe that this is the 270th meeting because you have fine-tuned it and sort of smoothen this engine out so beautifully that it just flows naturally. So really excited, and I hope I could enroll myself in the membership of this club after this meeting ends. And yeah, looking forward to more of these interactions with all of you guys. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Before Nancy points out, you already have a mic. Here's the mic. Nancy is very positive about this. Nice. Okay, so we are going to now move into the results. But before that, I just wanted to say that thank you, everyone. I think the quality of the meeting is improving every day. And I'm seeing the kind of evaluations that we are doing, the general evaluation, the speeches, the preparations behind the scenes, that's happening, all of it together. Minor glitches here and there will happen. I always keep on saying nobody ever died of a bad Toastmaster meeting. And so we are good that way, right? So nothing's going to change. Continue to come here and make mistakes. And Varun, an extra samosa for you for coming all the way from Indiranagar to, yeah, you were right. You heard me right. There's samosa at the back. Just got some samosa and lemon tea. Yeah, so she's saying, okay, time for tea. Yeah. Okay, so with this, we are going to now the results. It's 12 noon. And this is how it looks. It's refreshing. Yeah. So the best auxiliary role taker for today, he is one of our newest members. And I'm not talking about Chaithra. And Mamta is definitely not new. So it has got to be Toastmaster Basavaraja. Listener for today, Basavaraja, if you are there, congratulations for being the best auxiliary role taker for today. By the way, people who don't know, Basavaraj is the father of my daughter's best friend. So we have a parental connection.
That's sir, he will always have on you.
Yeah. Okay. So you are listening. Good. Okay. Now the best role taker for today. Chitrangana did a fabulous job as a table topic evaluator. We absolutely loved it. But she is not the best role taker for today. Ankur was phenomenal. The topic and everything. In fact, he started the preparation for it from yesterday evening. He tried to rig the votes, right? If I start impressing them from today evening, maybe I'll get lucky. But he was not lucky, right? Sanjay came with a bounce and did a great job with the topics, gave easy topics to everyone. Total people pleaser, but that also did not work because the best role taker for today is our general evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster Nancy Goel. Okay, the best speaker for today, we have two phenomenal speakers. One, Toastmaster Sreelakshmi M, our VP Public Relations. She does a great job with the posters and she does a great job with the speech, but it's not used here at me today. It is Toastmaster Paduka Kannan, who always ushers us to rise and shine. Thank you so much, Paduka, for a beautiful speech today. Thank you for the trip to Meghalaya. You always give me phone, seriously. The best table topic speaker for today. This was a very close fight with a lot of people. Ultimately, people who talk about global politics, they win. So no surprise, it's yours truly. Nothing to do with my speech, it's just because I played nice.
One applause for him as well.
And same with the evaluators. So thank you so much. And with this, we end this meeting, the meeting number 270 of the Gabbys Toastmasters Club. See you again on Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. online for the Gabbys Online Advanced Toastmasters. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.